The tide for Bitcoin has turned, or at least I think so at this moment in time, given how Bitcoin's price has been performing since the FOMC meeting yesterday. Now, since that meeting, the price of Bitcoin has been rallying ever so slightly from the bottom here at around $29,000 up to around $29,500 where we sit right now. And the key thing is right now, Bitcoin needs to break above this level of resistance at $29,500. I think that so many people are missing what is actually going on in the market right now. I think what is actually going on in the market right now is slight price suppression on the price of Bitcoin, suppression very severely on the price of altcoins because of Bitcoin's price suppression, and at the same time, a lot of bullish things going on in the background. And we're going to talk about some of those bullish things in today's cryptocurrency news, as well as, of course, analyzing the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and checking in on the price of XTP, which is having a pretty good day so far, being up around 10%. However, do drop a like on today's video, especially if you are new to the channel. If you are new, my name is Jordan. I've traded crypto ever since 2013. Sometimes I'm right. Most of the time I'm right, but then sometimes I am wrong. So you just got to bear that in mind sometimes. You got to take the rough with the smooth. That's what they say. Anyway, slap a like, subscribe, and let's crack on with today's video. $29,554 is the current price of Bitcoin. And if I go over to my BYBIT account right here and press reconnect, because it's just not been playing ball today, I've actually increased the size of my trade right now up to $1.2 million long on the price of Bitcoin. Now, it's not a significantly sized trade yet. I deposited a fair amount of money into BYBIT because I think the market and I think the tide is turning. So I deposited well over 100k into BYBIT, about 300k overall. And my intention here is to play this very well, or at least as well as possible. We don't want it to go wrong because that would be a 300k loss. So, of course, we don't want the price of Bitcoin to go down. I'm keeping my stop losses tight. I've got no intention of losing any money. And, of course, I want to win the World Series of Trading. To win the World Series of Trading, you've got two options here. You either go with a lot of money and try and make the most amount of money, or you go based on percentages and small accounts. So you have a small account and you try and make a $100 account into a $1,000 account and then into a $10,000 account and try and go 100x on a $100 account. And if you can achieve that, you will win the World Series of Trading. Now, the World Series of Trading has started, or rather, it's starting. It's not officially started yet. And my team so far has now got 78 people in it. Let's try and get that to 100 by the end of today. Please do join the TMG Trades trading team. As you can see here, that would be fantastic. Again, you do get a bonus here from me, but I'm going to give this away to the community anyway. So if we get up to 200 members of this team, I've got $4,000 I can give away to the community, which is fantastic. I don't need this Bitcoin, and they say it's withdrawable, so that means that I can give it away to my community. Now, I've even got my World Series of Trading t-shirt on from when we won it last year. So hopefully we can do the same again this year and come first out of all of the YouTubers at least. And if we can win the overall competition, I can tell you I am going for it this year. I want that W. And we'll see how far we can get in the World Series of Trading this year. But I've loaded up some accounts and I'm really going to shoot for it. And again, if you want to join the team, you'll find a link for that in today's video description. Sign up to BYBIT, make an account, join my World Series of Trading team. After you've joined the World Series of Trading team, there is one more offer that you've got to take advantage of this while it's still around. There's 32 days left to enter on this. But basically, we're giving away a Rolex, some Apple Watches, $100 and $50. If you want to win the Rolex or all these other prizes, and there's multiple ones of these, and there's only one Rolex, but somebody has to win it, and it's only available for TMG subscribers. So if you subscribe to the channel and you sign up on the link in today's video description, making sure that when you sign up, you use affiliate code 128. Yes, that is correct. I was the 128th user of BYBIT. It's kind of crazy now considering BYBIT has got millions of users and I was user 128. But either way, click a link, find it all in today's video description. But the price of Bitcoin today, $29,550. It's actually shaping up quite nicely. And the reason why I've scaled up the size of my trade just a little bit, I scaled it up from $800,000 yesterday, scaled up another $400,000 today, making it a $1.2 million trade. The reason why I've scaled it up is because we could be about to crack this level of resistance and break back into the previous trading range. So from my perspective, given the way that I perceive this risk, I think that it's worthwhile at this moment in time, me slightly increasing the size of my trade in anticipation that we actually break into this range. Failing to break into this range is fine. I'll close the trade, I'll open it lower down, or maybe I'll go short if we drop below this level of support here at $29,000. Ultimately, look, if we lose that $29,000 level, I am not blind to the reality here. That would mean that we would lose this daily moving average, and if we're going to start trading below the daily moving average, it means it will drop down pretty significantly, probably back down to around $26,000 to $25,000 down there. I just don't find that much of a likely scenario given how strong the support would in theory be at these levels. And there is a fair amount of support. If you look at where we dropped down to, basically the previous highs that have been set. Ultimately, the lowest we can go in this range without feeling giga bearish is around 28,500. But to be honest, I wouldn't be expecting a bounce from that level unless it was on a daily candle and then reset itself. But we are holding, ultimately, we're holding this bullish narrative at the moment in time because we're holding this daily moving average here. And it's looking okay. Not amazing, just okay. So we want to hold that moving average. But if we drop down onto the lower time frames right now, like the 15-minute chart, and look at the price of Bitcoin, we're also setting this uptrend here. We keep coming down and retesting the uptrend, and that's when I've been opening up my longs. When we come down, we go up, and then we come down, I'll set a long position. We go up, we come down, I'll set a long position, up, down, set a long position. Why am I doing that? I'm scaling into my trade slowly. I don't want to be too big on it straight away. You don't want to be too big on these things straight away. And overall, I just feel like there's a lot of people that are misperceiving the market right now, that aren't fully understanding what's completely going on. I've seen a lot of people charting bear flags and all these different things, but actually Bitcoin's broken the bear flags at this moment in time. Those bear flags are invalid. Really what we're looking for, again, on the price of Ethereum would be, we're at these levels, Ethereum is treating it as support right now. So Ethereum is actually at a level of support. It's not resistance anymore. Ethereum's flipped resistance into support. Assuming that it can keep doing that, we should be trading back into like the $1,900 range fairly soon. Currently trading at $1,879. It's not looking all that bad. In terms of Ethereum's Bitcoin value, if the actual chart wants to load, come on, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Nope, it doesn't want to do it. So in that case, we'll just have to go over to this page right here and click on it there. As you can see, Ethereum's Bitcoin value technically bear flagging, but it's also technically not a bear flag. Technically, Ethereum Bitcoin can kind of do whatever it wants at these levels because it's basically forming a three-pronged reversal pattern here, a bit of an inverse head and shoulders overall on the larger time frames when you start zooming out. And don't forget, Ethereum's been trapped in this range here ever since, if we go back in time, since the 6th of May 2021. So 2 years and a bit it's been trapped in this range. At some point in time, it's going to bounce back to the upside of this range, and people just aren't expecting it right now. Why aren't they expecting it? I don't know, because from my perspective, altcoins are in a great place to be buying because you can probably buy anything that's not a scam or is somewhat decent on the market right now and turn a profit by holding it for 12 months. You'd only need to wait for a bull run. Everything increases in price in a bull run. You would make a profit so long as that thing has liquidity when the price goes up. The second thing to point out would be, of course, XTP rallying back up from the lows yesterday. It's looking very solid right now with some very, very significant support in the charts and very, very weak resistance. And the interview coming out later today, XTP could be primed for a move up to 30 Satoshis, or at least I hope so. Again, I can't guarantee it's going to do anything, but I can say it looks primed for a move up, and I expect it'll do something positive. I don't know what that positive thing is going to be, but I can tell you right now, if you're looking at Bitcoin dominance has formed the top. It's going to start dropping at this point in time as Bitcoin dominance. As the altcoin market starts making a resurgence, and as the altcoin market is making a resurgence, wouldn't it make sense to back a good altcoin like this that supports crypto adoption? Why does XTP coin support crypto adoption? Because it's an exchange coin, and if an exchange is going to grow in users, naturally the price of their coin is going to grow as well. So that's all important things to point out. Somebody said in yesterday's video I should clean my screen. I actually did clean it. It's just I keep touching it throughout the course of the video, so then it ends up with lots more finger marks on it. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'll do it again. I'll clean it again. But yeah, basically, I think that Bitcoin dominance has topped out at this point in time. I think that Ethereum is looking a much better shout than Bitcoin. The S&P 500 rebounded after it's dropped down after the announcements yesterday. And overall, the announcements and the news that came from the FOMC meeting were not bearish at all, really. Jerome didn't say anything. If you watched me and Jess sit on that live stream for an hour and a bit, they just said nothing. It was just like the most bland and boring live stream that they've done in an incredibly long period of time. So I just don't feel that bearish. I don't feel like there's that many bearish catalysts left. It's clear from my perspective the economy is in recovery. It's certainly not in, or rather it's in remission. It's getting better. It's certainly not getting worse. We can see that from the charts. So if the economy is getting better and more people are heading towards investing rather than saving, well, naturally Bitcoin will come to the front of that at some point in time and it'll really start taking off. So will the altcoin market. It's just everything. It's coming together right now for a pretty good run up, I think, in Bitcoin's price in the next couple of months. Me and Jess had a conversation on the live stream yesterday where she said, I think that Bitcoin's going to be flat all the rest of this year and rally at the end. I actually think Bitcoin's going to rally during the course of this year, drop down in around Christmas time, and then rally again next year in around April. I expect a rally mid-year that's going to really impact the altcoin market and set us up for a very profitable bull run next year. I think the main bull run happens next year. But this year, I still think we've got a small bull run to come. So stick around for that and hopefully it does come. Either way, in today's cryptocurrency news, blockchain bill has been passed by the House Financial Services Committee. The House Financial Services Committee made significant progress on cryptocurrency legislation on Wednesday. If you want to read more about this, please do go to cryptosavingexpert.com, the best place to be getting your cryptocurrency news. The SEC charges QuantStamp $3.4 million due to $28 million ICO raise, a small price to pay for a large amount of money. That was a good idea. Then, of course, it's ironic actually that QuantStamp, the whole application here, is designed to protect people, and yet they've been charged money by people trying to protect people. It's ridiculous. This is basically a smart contract verification platform, if I remember correctly. Either way, Robert Kennedy Jr. says he's bought Bitcoin for his children. He's bought 2 Bitcoin for every one of his 7 children. That's 14 Bitcoins in total. And US prosecutors want SBF jailed ahead of his fraud trial. Do you think they should shove him in jail? I personally think if he can afford to pay back everybody's money, they should just let him go with a slap on the wrists, because I don't think... saying that, he has committed some fairly serious crimes, and there is a whole lot of fallout from it. It's a difficult one, because he didn't mean to do what he did. It's kind of Caroline's fault for mismanaging the funds. But I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Do you think they should lock SBF up? I don't like the guy. He cost me millions and millions of dollars. He still follows me on Twitter as well. And I've never even used FTX. It's not even like I had money in FTX. He just caused the markets to crash, which then meant my portfolio crashed. What a prick. Either way, yeah. Do you think SBF should go to prison before his trial? He's going to end up in prison after his trial anyway. I'd be surprised if he got away with it. Ultimately, Ross Ulbricht goes to prison for 2 life sentences for setting up a website that didn't scam anybody. And SBF scammed millions of people out of hundreds of millions, if not billions of... In fact, we know it's $7 billion. So we know he scammed a lot of people. So on that note, guys, what do you think should happen to SBS? And don't forget... click on links in today's video description for BYBIT and for the trading competition. Please join TMG Trades BYBIT World Series of Trading team. We can win it together, or at least we can try. And have a good day, everybody. I'll be updating here on the videos every single day with regards to my trades as we go through the World Series of Trading. It kicks off in only 10 days' time. Make sure you join before then. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.